everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shelly and I had a request to come back and do the Dose of Colors Cutting Edge Eyeshadow Palette. This is one of their smaller palettes. They have a whole collection of these that are this size, have 5 shades in it. They do come with a little brush. This just happens to be kind of the green one. They have one that I think came out at the same time. It was like the smoke. Then they have like a golden one. These tiny brushes, good for detailed work, not good for just, you know, general application. So I thought I would come and do just sort of a quick little look with this and give you guys a little bit of inspiration in case you wanted to see what it looks like on a lady of a certain age who's not a makeup artist, who doesn't know what she's doing most of the time or what she's saying, but likes eyeshadow, a lot of it, likes green eyeshadow. I'm actually wearing kind of a green dress today, so I thought this might actually go really well. So I'm gonna take the lightest shade in here. The palette does not have what I would consider like an inner corner highlight, so you might have to dip into, I don't know, your highlighter palette if you happen to have one of those, or maybe a different palette, something like that to kind of lighten it up a little bit. I think this palette is gorgeous if you've got green eyes, red hair, or if you're just like me who loves a grungy green eyeshadow. I have brown eyes and brown hair, which means, you know, I can wear almost any color. I think some really make your eyes pop more than others, and for whatever reason, every time I do a video where I've got green eyeshadow on, I go, why don't I wear more green eyeshadow? So that's what we're doing today. I just happen to have this green dress on too. Gap dress, little, I don't want to call it a sweater dress, it's more like a t-shirt dress. And the day that I'm filming this is a little bit warmer than it was expected. So people always ask me, Shell, why do you wear so many dresses? I'll tell you, it's because I'm lazy. When you put on a dress, it's like literally putting on just like a long shirt, a long t-shirt, and then you don't have to put on pants too, which can take some extra time. I did use the Beauty Bay Eye Base, which is a little bit more opaque than other ones, and it might not have been completely dried down. That shadow's going on pretty good. Let me change battery. I'll be right back. Hopefully I got you guys in roughly the same position I had you before. I can tell you that, you know, being on YouTube now for a number of years, still not a professional YouTuber, I purchased a bunch of equipment when I first started this channel. Well, I film in the basement, so there isn't a lot of natural light, which I don't recommend. Sometimes when I film in natural light, you know, you get the change in cloud cover, which can affect that. So at least I'm consistent, but I've struggled with being light enough, bright enough. I do have box lights. I bought all the box lights. I don't use them. I haven't used them for a while. For a while I was, you know, lightening up the background just to try to make it a little bit easier, and I just don't use it. But I can tell you the one thing that I'm so glad I did buy, and this is one thing I would recommend, if you are getting into YouTube or you're vlogging, filming, whatever else, buy yourself a couple extra batteries and just keep one on the charger ready to go at any time. It has saved my bacon. I hear of other people like, yeah, the video took all day to film because I filmed and then my battery died and then I had to wait for it to charge, and then that'd just be problematic. Buy yourself an extra battery or 2. Okay, I'm gonna take the darkest green in here and I'm just gonna use that to kind of smoke out my lash line. This brush is slightly bigger than I need to, but because I'm blending it in, I'm okay with it. And my eye got a little patchy right there. I feel like I've got a little moisture on it. These palettes are fun and good and convenient because they have a mirror in them. They're great quality. I like the kind of like matte rubberized soft touch of the actual component. They tend to be a little pricey, just in case you're budget conscious. I do really enjoy the color stories though, and their mattes, especially if you're a matte lover, their mattes are really good. I don't know anything about the company other than, you know, they've been around for a while and I have a bunch of their palettes. This requested video came up after I did a shop my stash where I was largely focused on Dose of Colors for, I don't know, a month and a half. And somebody came back and said, hey, would you do a video on that? And I went, yes. And it just so happened that I was wearing a green dress today. I'm working from home. I should probably take my contacts out. Haven't done that yet. Now, normally, if I were going to be going out, I would throw on this darker shimmer right here. But because I'm staying at home and I'm going to be at home, I'm going to use the Acid Apple Green Light and Bright Shimmer. This is a gold based color with just the ever so subtle green shift to it. Very, very, very subtle. Their formula, very thick and creamy. Love, love, love their formula. And we're just gonna kind of blend it in a little bit over here towards that darker green. Pretty dramatic still for a work from home, probably because this is so light compared to that dark green shade. I'm half tempted to maybe take that other green too. You know what, we're gonna use it on the bottom lash line. So I gotta ask you guys, did you guys pick up this Dose of Colors? I'll be curious if it goes on sale for Black Friday or something like that. If you needed a good quality green eyeshadow palette, this is a good one. I just grabbed a little bit more of that lighter matte. They don't have the names on the front of it, and on the back, I never know if they're left to right or right to left. So Cameo is, no, yeah, Cameo is, they're opposite of what they are here. Right? So it's not like the shade is right underneath the actual shade. So Edgy is the darkest shade that I used. And then Cameo is the lightest matte. And then I used Rule Breaker is that kind of gold, greenish gold shimmer. Pretty sure that's how the color story works. And so I've got two other shades in here. I'm going to use that warm brown underneath my lash line. This is my least used shade in this palette just because when I reach for this, I reach for the greens. But there are a lot of uses for this kind of, I don't know, russet color. Sienna, pumpkin, not really pumpkin. It's not orange enough to be pumpkin. But I think it would be super easy to pair like the gold shimmer with this kind of orangey pumpkin color. Not pumpkin, sienna, we'll call it sienna. These two shades I think would be really pretty together. Actually, those two shades are really, they're all, you can pair the shimmers with any of the matte if you're a two-person shade and that's it. I'm gonna take the darkest green shimmer in here and we're gonna put a little bit of it on right up against the lash line as well. So that warmer color kind of buffed out and softened up the look, but then that dark shimmer green that I wouldn't normally use to line lashes is really thickening up that lash line for me, just to give it a little bit more drama. Again, not a professional makeup artist, didn't get any of this in PR, but I do really enjoy it. And when I had the request to come back and do a look with it, I'm like, oh, yes. Absolutely. And this is the right time of year to do these, you know, beautiful green shades, I think. What is your fall color? For me, I love burgundies and plums and greens. I do like oranges too, but to me, sometimes oranges can end up being more late summer sunset vibes, which are good too. You know, I'm not opposed to that. But I think I reach a little bit more towards greens and burgundy this time of year for eyeshadow. If I'm gonna do a seasonal eyeshadow, you know, that October, November, maybe even early December. Do you guys change up your eyeshadows for season? Do you pair them with what you're wearing like I'm doing right now? That's a little passe, right? Like I don't normally try to match my eyeshadow. I try to have it go, like, you know, I won't do warm colors if I'm wearing a cool colored outfit, but I try not to get too matchy-matchy. I don't think things need to match, they just need to go. Funny how we challenge our perceptions on things with the whole matching versus going. When I was growing up, there's no way I would have put blue and black or brown and black together. It just wouldn't have ever happened. If I were to wear black, I would wear black. You know what I mean? And like yesterday, I wore gray jeans, black tennis shoes, a black shirt, and a brown, like a dark brown leather jacket. And it was super cute. It was like one of my favorite outfits. My husband was like, wow, you look really good. And I felt confident, but I didn't start doing the brown and black until, I don't know, a few years ago on one of our Europe trips, maybe like 4 years ago. And I love that. So if you haven't done that yet, give it a whirl. Let me know what you think. Maybe you've been doing it all along. And I was just late to the game because I was, you know, stuck in my rut. I'm gonna put a little bit of concealer. I've got a little of that gold shimmer. I must have had it on my finger. Put a little concealer around my glasses marks here. And we are about done with today's super fast application using the Dose of Colors Cutting Edge palette. What do you guys think? Is it still daytime appropriate? I think so. I'm gonna have fun with this today. It's maybe a little smokier than what, you know, you need to for like a work look, but I'm working from home today. And I felt like matching my eyeshadow to my dress. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing really well. Thanks so much for watching. I know this was a super short video, but sometimes you need to do those. If there are other requests, I do get to them. I have to pepper them in between, you know, new releases that I've picked up, things that have interested me, and I do usually a monthly, or maybe every other month I'll do a Shop My Stash. Usually 3 or 4 times a year I'll do a trash video. I try to do like date night looks to post on Friday, and then some of the other like haul videos or whatever else I'll do earlier in the week. If there is something that you guys want to see, please leave me a comment. Tell me what it is that you're interested in. Tell me what kind of content you're interested in. I'm happy to take requests like this one, you know, playing with this particular cutting edge eyeshadow palette. I hope that gives you enough information to decide whether or not you want to purchase it. I am not sponsored, affiliated, endorsed by Dose of Colors. They don't know that I'm making this video. So I hope that helps. My personal opinion, my take on it. I hope you guys are doing really well. And until my next video, bye for now.